Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh, and in this video we're going to be exploring Marvel Rivals' hero lore interactions and voice lines. Before every match starts, Marvel Rivals characters chat with each other in a lot of conversations that show off their stories, their rich worlds in the Marvel Universe previously, and a little bit about how the characters might react if they were teamed up together too. Today we're having a look at Reed Richards, none other than Mr. Fantastic. In the Marvel world since 1961 with the Fantastic Four, husband of Susan Storm, or Richards, and father to Franklin and Valeria, timeline pending. Reed is considered by many to be the smartest man on Earth, even a title that Tony Stark will, perhaps in private, begrudgingly admit. Although a child protege and a master of all sciences, Reed couldn't predict himself, Susan and her brother Johnny and his friend Ben Grimm being hit by cosmic rays on a flight in a stolen spaceship. The resulting mutations caused Reed to stretch, inflate and mould his body at will, and with his invisible partner, strong friend and fiery soon-to-be brother-in-law, the Fantastic Four was born. Timecodes are in the description if you want to skip around. Okay, let's get stuck in.
What is it that you seek here, Dr. Richards?
The same as always, Adam. A universal truth that can unite us all and bring an end to this madness.
I see. Be wary, my friend. Blind faith in anything, even science, often leads to catastrophic consequences.
Dr. Richards, I hope you found our Institute of Science helpful.
Oh, it's fantastic, King T'Challa. Your sister's data on astronomy is unparalleled.
I will pass on your praise.
T'Challa, is the Empire everything you ever wanted?
All I have ever wanted is better lives for people.
Doom would probably say something similar.
The difference being I have not scrambled space-time.
T'Challa, Tony and I are working on something big, but we can't do it alone.
Reed, if you are inviting me to join another Illuminati, I fear I must decline.
I expected as much, which is why I was hoping to talk to Shuri.
I see. I will make sure that my sister receives your invitation, along with my opinions on the matter.
Science alone may not be enough to win us this battle, Stephen.
I see. Are there any other means you consider worthy of exploration? Something beyond your many areas of expertise, perhaps?
You're really gonna make me say it out loud, aren't you?
You have no idea how long I have been waiting for this day.
I hate to admit it, but science alone might not get us through this one.
Things must be dire if you are willing to factor magic as a possible solution.
I'm willing to explore any advantages we have available, Stephen.
Then it's a good thing I happen to have a few up my sleeve, Reed.
You and me, Reed. We'll get this figured out.
If Doom can do it, we certainly can too. We could really use a mind like Dr. Banner's right about now.
We could use a body like Hulk's even more. You can wait.
By the time you decide to give Bruce control again, it may be too late.
And if Banner hadn't let Hulk out, you wouldn't still be alive to complain about it.
I'm glad you're here, Bruce. We could use someone with your special skills.
Thanks, Reed. I have a theory that... Wait, you're talking about my brain, right?
Ahem.
You are talking about my brain, right?
Please tell me this isn't the date night you've been planning for us, Reed.
No, but when you think about it, what could be more romantic than saving the universe side by side?
Literally anything.
Noted.
Reed, you do have a plan to stop Victor, don't you, darling?
Would you still love me if I said, not yet?
Of course. But I would also be extremely concerned.
As would I, my dear. As would I. A time stream reintegration device may be our only hope to mend the damage the Dooms have caused.
Between the two of us, we should be able to have a working prototype in... how long now?
By my estimates, 5 to 10 years.
Oh, well, suddenly the fact that time itself has gone completely haywire doesn't seem so bad.
If I had a quantum converter, I could build us a device capable of...
Another of your convoluted contraptions? I have magic at my fingertips.
Sorry, but I'll put my faith in science over sorcery any day, Loki.
Fortunately, the success of my spells does not hinge upon your belief in them.
Richards, I do enjoy when these little conflicts bring us together.
It's a rare occasion when you and I see things the same way, Namor.
Except when it comes to Sue.
Speak my wife's name and you'll find our alliance will be over far sooner than you anticipated. If we want to solve this crisis, we'll need to put our differences aside.
We are not all that different, you and I. We have always wanted the same thing.
It's good to know our goals are aligned, Namor.
Yes, I was speaking of our goals, of course.
If we want to end this, we're going to need our most brilliant minds on the case.
Between you and Tony, I think you've got that part covered.
Actually, I was hoping you could offer your opinion on my designs, Peter.
Wow, really? I'd be honored. And I promise I won't get any webs on them. This time.
I once flew to the moon and hung with Galactus. You ever see me brag about it?
You actually posted it on social media right after and tagged like everyone, remember? And Silver Surfer doesn't have a handle, by the way. Although theoretically Power Cosmic should give him access to any form of info network in the universe. I've heard you have a background in computer science. Is that correct?
Oh, me? Yeah, actually, I do. Why do you ask, Mr. F?
Have you ever considered using those talents to save the universe instead?
I mean, sure, but then I remember that I beat Thanos with the help of a single squirrel. But I'm always open to trying new things.
A brain like yours could be of great use to us.
I hope so. But solving a problem this big will push me to my mental limits.
Yes, for problem solving. Certainly not for devouring.
Ah, now I see why Susan insisted I bring my sonic wave generator. I'd like to run a few tests on you when this is all over, James.
I've been poked and prodded enough for 10 lifetimes, Reed. I'll pass.
Are you sure? What if Hydra implanted something inside of you?
Wouldn't be the first time. I beat it before, I'll do it again. On my own terms.
If Null has the means to slay a Celestial, we don't stand much of a chance.
Speak for yourself, bub. My bones are pure adamantium.
And Celestial armor is forged from a cosmic equivalent of the same metal.
Suddenly, I don't feel quite as invulnerable as usual.
No matter how much things change.
It must be hard to know that Hydra is still a threat, after all you did to stop them during the war.
Their tentacles have always burrowed deep, but now may be a chance to sever them for good.
Let's just hope 2 more don't grow back in their place.
I've never seen the Earth shrouded in such darkness.
Dracula used the Darkhold to bend the laws of nature themselves.
If the sun will no longer rise, we will have to find other ways to bring the light.
If anyone can manage that, Adam, it's you.
Have you found a solution to the vampire infestation, Reed?
I've been working on a cure, but nothing viable yet, I'm afraid.
Then we may not have a choice but to eliminate our foes more permanently.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to that, T'Challa, but you may be right.
Gotta say, I'm not a big fan of this whole eternal night thing.
Is there any chance you could absorb this darkness into the Dark Force dimension?
This is black magic blotting out the sun, man. It's not something I could just port away.
A shame. We're running out of options. And time. I'm afraid there's still no evidence-scientific solution to our vampire problem.
Well, maybe a little break from the lab will do us good, Reed.
Well, I suppose it's never a bad thing to give some other muscles a stretch.
Mr. Fantastic cracking jokes. It really is the end of the world.
We need to come up with a formula to reverse the vampiric effects on innocent civilians.
I've already got one in mind, the Montesi formula.
That's a far more permanent solution than I'm willing to consider.
Sorry, but if they're endangering the night, Khonshu wants them gone for good.
That's quite the complex suit for such a young girl to operate. I'm impressed.
It's not so tough when you get used to it. You just need to speak Spider's language.
Well, we could use a voice like yours while we try to solve this Darkhold dilemma.
You've already got all the brains you need. We're better off taking the battle to the streets.
If you need anyone else to run missions, you know, I happen to be an ace pilot.
I believe Ben has that covered, but thank you anyway.
Ben Grimm? Oh, you know he ran with the Guardians for a bit, right? Did he tell you all about me?
Indeed, which is exactly why I think your skills are of better use to us elsewhere.
You are one of Midgard's most brilliant minds, Reed Richards. Surely, if any knows how to save the realm eternal, 'tis you.
I have some ideas, but as a man of science, I've learned to admit that some forces are beyond my comprehension or control.
You are wise beyond your years, mortal. A shame you have so few left ahead of you.
Did you see the building with my name on it, Reed?
Yes, it seems your legacy survives well into the future, Tony.
Well, you don't seem all that impressed.
It's a shopping mall, Tony.
Did you know that web over there connects us to a whole multiverse full of different spider heroes?
Not just Spider-Men. Each parallel universe contains its own variation on every single one of us. In fact, I've met hundreds of versions of myself.
Yeah? Are they all this good at making a guy feel less special? Or is that just you?
An entire galactic empire of your own? I'm impressed, T'Challa.
You reached for the stars long before I did, my friend. I just led my people to a new home among them.
I knew Wakanda was technologically advanced, but what you built here is astounding.
And it is yours to explore as you please, once this crisis has abated.
This isn't science, it's torture. Let's hope they're still using Tony's name for good after all these years. With full access to the information here, I could solve everything. In time. I'll never forgive myself for this, Susan. Your ego got in your way, Tony. As always. I assure you I took no pleasure in that, Peter. To be honest, Namor, that was a long time coming. Perhaps Hulk could have bested me, but not you, Bruce. I'm afraid your rule has come to an end, T'Challa. After all these years, you still find ways to impress me, Susan. I suppose this version of you does have its benefits, Bruce. You've made me believe in magic, Stephen. Susan! I don't know if I can go on without you. I'll carry on our work, Tony. You have my word. You deserved far better than that, Peter. I'm sorry. That was unusually satisfying. The odds weren't in your favor. Sorry about that. A predictable outcome. No hard feelings. That's one down. That was simple. Your failure was inevitable. My friend Ben taught me that one. My hypothesis was correct. You failed. A rousing success. You looked stronger than that. I've impressed myself. Not your best effort, I'm afraid. I seem to be on a roll. I've eliminated 5 of them. What I'm doing is clearly working. Be so proud. Clobbering time indeed. Certainly not the outcome I expected. Learn from your failure. You should have known better. Next time I won't be so kind. A fascinating variable. Well, that changes things. I certainly didn't predict that.
If you like this video, throw a like, subscribe, let me know what you enjoyed in the comments and your favourites. Love to hear from you. Now, just to be clear, if you enjoy lore, interactions and voice lines, this is going to be, and these videos will always be, more than you can find in other YouTube videos, I guarantee. All of the kill lines, all of the kill spectating lines, all of the death lines, and many, many more, as well as just the interactions between characters. Tempted to really get into the lore of Marvel Rivals, but also a bit of the lore of the characters involved in the game and their Marvel histories as well. If you'd like to see that, let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in the comments below. Cheers for tuning in. I've been Hammeh. Take it easy.